Jay, big game coming up for you guys on the road. Give me your thoughts on just going into a hostile environment like that in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think we're looking forward to it. Anytime you're going on the road and playing in a big game like this, you prepare for it, prepare for the communication aspect of it, making sure we're all on the same page. But it'll be a fun environment. We're looking forward to getting out there.
As a student of the game, what do you make of Aaron Rodgers' career and just like what he's meant to the position? Have you modeled your game after him or anything like that?
I've certainly looked up to him for a long time, and it's a lot of fun watching him play. Just what he's able to do physically, and then mentally as well. I think, he's one of the greats for sure. So a ton of respect for him, and I've always enjoyed watching him.
Stacking weeks and weeks of excellence, does that change your expectations for your level of play?
I think we always have high expectations, for us collectively as a group, as an offense, and then individually. I think we all hold ourselves to a high standard, and the goal is always to improve week to week. So whether you played well or you didn't play well, you're still focused on improving, and I think that stays the same regardless of how the previous week is going.
I was asking Shane about every game you guys have played this year. You guys have all been locked in. Like, there's no blowouts, and you're all in. Where does that stem from between yourself and the other leaders on this team?
Well, I think a lot of it comes from Shane and the coaching staff and how them staying on us and kind of carrying that mindset, encouraging that mindset, and then you see it with the play call, with the scheme, staying aggressive in a lot of those situations, and then I think as players in the locker room, I think just being intentional about coming out fast, and playing the same, not changing your mindset regardless of kind of where we are in the game. So I think we've done that well. We have to continue to do that. But I think it speaks to the maturity of the team.
Daniel, this offense has done well to score points off of defensive takeaways. Is there a sense when you're walking onto the field that defense got us something, we got to finish the job?
I think there always is. Yeah, I think you always want to do that as an offense, and anytime you get a short field or you get an extra possession, because the defense, they make a play, you want to cash in and make sure that's that's rewarded. So I think that's always an emphasis of ours, and defense has done a great job this year coming up with takeaways.
When you look at Pittsburgh's defense, what really stands out to you that they do well?
I think it's just the way they play. I think that's always the thing when you think about the Pittsburgh Steelers, is they're aggressive, fast-flowing, downhill defense, and how they want to play, kind of the mindset and the culture that they have there. So, a lot of respect for them and their group. We'll work all week to be ready for it.
Daniel, Shane has always gotten a lot out of his tight ends as a play caller. I realize Tyler is not normal, but just what can you tell us about just the way he approaches that position philosophically, conceptually, and all that?
I think he's done a really good job with that. Obviously, I think when you have a guy like Tyler, it gives you a lot of versatility in that position to line him up in different spots and get mismatches, present different looks for the defense where they, different rules in their zone coverage, different pass offs and their man cover. I think all that kind of stuff, Shane and our coaching staff, they do a really good job, kind of game planning and finding those opportunities. So, I think it's worked out well for us.
What's the offensive line just meant to the overall unit's success? I think you guys got the same unit for 7 of 8 games this season.
Yeah, it's tremendous. I think, we've talked a lot about just how well they've played and how consistently they've played, both the run game and the pass game. Huge credit to them. And I think them, staying healthy, just being able to keep that chemistry and communicating. And when other guys have come in, they've played really well too. So there's a strong culture in that room. There's a high standard, and they all hold themselves to it.
How confident are you in throwing to Pittman? Not a lot of separation this past week, but he goes and gets 8 of the 9 targets. Why is that, and why do you invest so much confidence in his ability to do it?
I mean, he's made play after play. I mean, he makes a tough catch. He's fearless, over the middle of the field, and yeah, he's been big time for us all year. Was big time on Sunday with some really, really tough catches. But he's a big, strong guy. He's tough. You can count on him to go up and get the ball.
Daniel, sometimes we ask you maybe what stat you look at for wins and losses, or for while you're doing this, completion percentage, yards per attempt. You guys have kept sacks down and turnovers at a minimum. That's just not an accident, is it? How have those things evolved like they have?
I mean, I think it's everything working together. I think the guys playing well up front, receivers getting open. It's my job to get the ball out of my hands quickly, and I think when you're able to do that, you avoid a lot of those situations, negative plays or turnovers, and I think it's everybody working together, being on the same page, being prepared. I think all those things have to work together.